What's going on, Chill Army? Deondre and I've here, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Anime Episode Reviews. Today we're going to be reviewing Pokemon Journeys Episode 100, Close Contact, Leon's Special Training. Overall, this episode was a good way to move Ash and Leon's relationship forward. To say a bit about the new opening that aired alongside this episode, the animation is crisp and incredibly fluid, moving at a rapid pace between several dynamic shots that highlight well what's to come next for Ash's and Go's stories, between the apparent returns of not only Clement, Bonnie, and Wallace, but also the debut of Lizia in the anime, and the returns of Paul and Ash's Greninja on Ash's end, and the return of Horace and an eventual face-off against Regigigas alongside Danica and Quillen on Go's end. In terms of the episode itself, I like how it's structured as a straight sequel to the previous episode, with Ash and Go still in Winden after their struggle with Marnie, providing some continuity given that both this and the previous episode featured the World Coronation series. Go going out while Ash is sleeping to catch a few Pokemon near the Motostoke end of the wild area is a good way to keep the two apart for the duration of the episode, and Ash learning of a current masterclass battle and deciding to check it out is a similarly in-character way to set the stage for the episode's main plot. It was also a smart option to have the duel between Leon and Flint, not only because it introduced another member of the Masters 8, but also because it briefly acknowledged someone Ash knows. While we don't get to see much of him, he's a welcome addition to help define the World Coronation series top tier. What little we see of the battle also allows us to see Leon win without using Gigantamax Charizard, demonstrating that he's a capable trainer even without it. The fact that Ash ends up showing Leon his current rank of 15 and how this leads to the World Monarch inviting him to his special training session was also a nice scenario that helped to make their relationship more personal rather than just a barrier to overcome and a scrappy challenger trying to do so. I believe that showcasing his training right after a big match serves its purpose well enough, as it straddles the line between actually doing actions that would improve his Pokemon's strength while also relaxing and enjoying things, with his idea that battling, training, and playing with Pokemon are all the same for him, making him come across as someone who has done all three enough times to impart that wisdom. This clarifies why Leon has taken such a shine to Ash, and it opens up some intriguing possibilities for their future match. But the best overall scene came near the end, when Ash asked Leon how it feels to be a champion, only for him to admit that he was scared by the fact that he had never lost a battle before, wondering if it meant he had reached his limit and couldn't get any stronger, and that it was only after facing Eternatus that he felt both frustrated and excited at the knowledge that there are still opponents above him. Not only does this give the Darkest Day proper relevance beyond adapting the game's climax in terms of Ash and Leon's relationship, but it also puts an interesting spin on Leon's status by showing what a trainer like Ash would feel like if every victory was easy and no other opponent presented a challenge. It helps to ground him a little more as a character, and his willingness to open up creates the concept that he and Ash are more than just two adversaries who will confront each other someday, which is quite good given how close their final encounter is. Unfortunately, while the character moments worked well enough, the episode's animation was serviceable at best and dreadful at worst, with a pretty poor shot composition that didn't sell the idea that this was a match between some of the strongest trainers in the World Coronation series, particularly during the battle between Leon and Flint. While the episode's core is solid, it does reinforce the idea that Ash is a young child learning from Leon rather than two equals as Pokemon trainers who happen to be quite alike, which is noticeable when the relationship between Ash and Cynthia, even as written in Journeys, feels much more on an equal plane to take another major champion into consideration. The reason for bringing this up is that this characterization choice ends up turning Leon's sincere heart-to-heart with Ash into a simple wish to face him even more, which, while not horrible, leaves Ash's side of the relationship a little shallow, even though this episode improves it. I'll give this episode an 8 out of 10. But that's going to wrap up today's video. Thank you all for watching, it really means a lot to me. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to smack that like button, as it really helps push this video out through the algorithm. Also, if you guys are brand new to the channel, Be sure to subscribe and click that bell icon, both are 100% free, and be sure to check out all of my other Pokemon content on the channel. I make tons of it, but until then, I love you all, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Only good, Chill Army.